you remember how life was like before Broker Bay when we had Lone Wolf? Remember that?
And then
Quick Office Commander.
Office, yeah.
Remember that crap? I can't wait for somebody to get rid of all these forms and just do it properly. And then what you see, what you get, editor.
Unfortunately, I still remember the day where you had to call in to book your appointments.
I remember that too. It was the worst. And then you have to like, oh my.
Look, I get it. The Toronto real estate market is confusing. Whether you're a new or experienced investor or just looking for a home to raise your family in, join us at Broadview Table Talks as you sit around the table with my friends and talk about the real estate and the ever-changing market in Toronto.
There's some new changes, some new prop tech coming into the industry right now, in the real estate industry. And I really like it. And when I went down to New York for the Inman conference, I saw this one app called Final Offer. And it's not an ad for them. We don't get sponsored by them or anything like that. But I saw it and I think it's going to be a game changer. I think it really will.
How so?
Well, so the premise is that you can set a buy it now price like eBay, right? But in eBay, all you do is just set your price. You hit the reserve price, you're good to go. Here, there's other things that go along with it. As you know, when you're negotiating a contract, it's not just about price. It's about terms as well, too.
Yeah.
Price and terms. So now you name your terms, you name your price. If they don't hit that, and it's hard for somebody to actually hit your exact terms, as you know, right?
Right.
So if they don't hit your terms, then there's a discount on price. Like you have to pay more money in order to win it.
Okay.
So you can set those terms ahead of time. But the benefit is that you don't have to expose to everybody what your buy it now price is.
Who you're exposing it to?
The public. So basically you have the MLS website, MLS listing. And in there, in order to put the offer in, other agents have to go to this other portal.
Right.
Which is their portal. And that portal will have a either buy it now price or will have a place to put your offers, right? And it could be closed bidding, it could be open bidding. But let's assume it's just a normal thing, closed bidding. It's almost like emailing it to somebody. This is, by the way, I'm excited about it because this is something I wanted to create. And these guys are like way further ahead.
Right.
So I guess we're not creating it. But,
we lost our shot.
Yeah, no, they put a lot of money into it. I think it's a really good offer, a really good system. So essentially, if me and you I have a listing, you put it in, then you go to this website. I tell you to go to this website to put your offer in. You put your offer in, you put your price terms. Great. No other bidders? Okay. So when you get that offer, I'll let everybody know that's seen it. It's kind of like the offer registration system, right? Like in Broker Bay.
Yeah.
Where if you had like 10 showings on it, I would blast it out to 10 people. I'd be like, anybody want to put an offer in? No? Right. Okay, great. But if all of a sudden Louise now comes in and says, I want to put an offer in too, right? And it gets hot again, remember those days?
Right.
Then you can go open bidding if you want to, or you keep it closed bidding, whatever.
Okay.
And then what happens is if you can, at some point, from what I understand, maybe I'm butchering this, so don't sue me if you guys are watching this, but from what I understand of it is that if you put in a price like here, Louise puts in a price here, but my final offer price was up here.
Yes.
My buy it now price.
Right.
Then I can choose to like say, expose it to you guys, and whoever goes to it first gets it. But it may not even actually get there, right? And if it doesn't get there, then I have to take one of your offers. It's like kind of, it's really cool because it basically amplifies the process of actually putting an offer through. And the offer, it's not just offer management. It's not just like, you know, a place to store offers. You remember like everything like that. It's just a way to like bid each other up on purpose, which is kind of cool. Like it's not good for the general public in the overall thing because yes, it will raise up prices, sure. But for sellers, I think it's pretty cool.
Because one thing, and it's not a con, but it's like it just feel like it's creating too much of an urgency where, you know, like because it's a silent auction at first where nobody can see the prices, and then all of a sudden it shoots up or it becomes open.
Well, I don't think it becomes open. I don't think that's the idea because you need permission from all parties to do that.
Oh,
what
I
you
see.
do is you can do not a reserve price, but like you can do a buy it now price.
Yeah.
And if you submit an offer and be like, buy it now instead, and then that opens up, then you can buy it or something. It's a way to like, maybe I'm not really well versed in it. I really have to look into it a little bit more, but I think it's going to be cool to be able to create a system where you put in your offers and it's like what you see is what you get at. So you just click, price, terms, details, conditions, whatever. And I don't know.
So is it going to be open to like everybody in the public or just like agent portal?
Well, it needs agents to work. If you don't have an agent, then the lead gets referred to the listing agent.
Oh, I see.
It's like using MLS basically.
Okay.
That's a way to enhance.
That is actually a really helpful tool, actually, now that I think about it. Because we've had an issue where we've had a seller client actually keep moving the goalposts. And if we had a buy it now price, it would have cleared the communication so much better to anyone who was bidding on the house.
Well, they call it a seller committed price. So once you release that price, you have to take it as a seller.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That would have been like
committing to to buy your offer, like, right? So as you may know, if you've been in a multiple offer situation, if you've been the one administering it, it can get pretty dicey if it's your first time doing it, or if you forgot how to do it, even for that matter, right? Because there was times earlier in my career where you would have a bidding war, and then the market changes for like 6 months or a year, and offers aren't there anymore, and then all of a sudden turns around again. It's like, oh, it's hot again. It's like, oh shoot, how did I do that? So now you know how we have spreadsheets and all that, right? But like this system will manage it all for you, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
and it'll make it a way where it spurs potentially additional X amount of dollars for the seller, which is super cool. I think there's a lot of cool prop tech coming into our industry that'll make our job better. Like, do you remember how life was like before Broker Bay when we had Lone Wolf? Remember that?
And then
Quick Office Commander. Remember that crap? I can't wait for somebody to get rid of all these forms and just do it properly. And then what you see, what you get, editor.
Unfortunately, I still remember the day where you had to call in to book your appointments.
I remember that too. It was the worst. And then you have to like, oh my God, you have to get a page to do that, and you have to write the instructions down manually.
And we're talking about like an offer app. While before it was everybody is in the office. Imagine seeing 84 agents.
Actually, Ken and I were just talking about this last week when we remember the days when you showed up in an offer night with 4 sheets with 4 copies of your offer because you had to leave the price blank.
Yeah.
Just so that you could figure out exactly what on earth your client was going to do with you on the actual offer night, and just staying there until 1 a.m. just trying to figure it out with other agents. It's like, wow.
And I was stressed as a receptionist at that time because I'm running around the office being like, does everybody want water? Yeah. We have all these agents here. You guys okay? The bathroom's over there.
Oh yeah, when they were actually showing up in person.
Yeah. Like they would host it like Ken had one there.
Wait, but how was it to book a show in? You had to just call in and
booking a show. You had to call in.
Yeah.
But then like offer days were offer nights were very like common to be in person.
Everyone was there,
either at the house or in office. Right. Yeah.
That's how we bought our house.
Yeah.
We were parked in our car outside until like 1 in the morning.
So I would like
competing.
Be a host to all these people.
Here's a perfect example. Remember this?
Yeah.
This is how many people, all these agents just sitting there presenting in person.
Jesus Christ.
It was bad. This was, I think it was like 20 offers in that one. It was 2017.
Yeah. And I wasn't directly there like in this process, but like I could hear them. Like it felt like Dragon's Den almost. They would be like,
here, it's like a waiting room. Like
yeah,
just waiting.
Legit. Yeah. They'd be like, Michael Ing, you're next. And then you just stand up.
Yeah.
But guess who won? Right here. Where'd it go? We won. Yay.
Yeah.
We won that offer. It was like, I remember beating out 20 people for that. It was insane. Yeah. And it's not just about price, remember? No. Right? Because like, I remember when we're on the listing side around that time, what happens is a little trick for you realtors watching is that, or even sellers, I would actually Google the people bringing offers. If it's down to the top 2 or 3, I'll find out who the buyers are and if they have a strong profile. So we chose, there's a bar owner and the other one was a doctor. I remember that, a surgeon. So we ended up going with the surgeon, even though it was a lower price because, it's kind of judgy, but like you kind of think they have the financial means to close on the property if things go crazy. Because I've been caught in times where in the 2018 market, when those rules got announced, we had a 6-month closing, and then just right after they announced this thing, and the rates dropped. I mean, the values dropped. So these guys had a legal agreement, sure, and they were going to get sued, but the values weren't there. Yeah. And it would have been nasty to get that money to close on it. Yeah. It could be a big problem.
So you can see like the benefits of having an app like Final Offer where they have the requirements, like all like the conditions, I guess, reaching that certain amount, as well as just the prices being all in one place, and you don't have to have 80 people in one room. Yeah. Like
makes everyone's lives easier.
Technology
it's much better with DocuSign now. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's just that one app is everything. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones that'll come out over time, and there's competitors always.
But it's good to have them.
DocuSign's not the only DocuSign signature platform, right? Yeah. So I don't think necessarily we should be promoting that one first of all, because we don't really know if that's the one. But I think it's got a cool concept, and I think that's going to be the next prop tech thing to come in our real estate industry.
Cool. It's pretty cool.
And it's good that we're tech savvy enough to actually use these things. Otherwise, we're just left behind like dinosaurs.
This is true. We are very tech savvy. We have very good systems for sure. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. Anyway, that's what's to come. Hopefully it'll make the process a little bit smoother and more fair, more equitable.
Yeah. It does sound a lot more friendly user interface wise too.
Yeah. Because I mean, I guess, look, people want open bidding. Of course, right? The buyers want it, but the sellers don't want that. Why would any seller want to have an open bidding process? It doesn't make sense. It's not going to happen.
No.
So that's why it's not going to happen. because the sellers are the one with the product and they're the ones controlling the process. Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay, thanks for watching again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cut it up.
Thanks for sticking out to the very end. I hope you got some value out of this. Do me a favor, please press like and subscribe. But more than anything, leave me some feedback so we know what to produce for you going forward. Thanks again.